Hey, welcome to the HopCast.
Thanks for joining us again, everybody.
I'm Brad Chmielewski.
My name's Ken Hunnemeder.
And what's this, episode 145?
All right.
Wow.
And for this one, we are going East Coast, West Coast, no coast.
So we're having a rap throwdown?
Yes.
It's us versus the bottle, so I feel like we're going to win.
As you can see, I brought my NBA jersey to wear.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, without further ado, we have a couple beers. From Brooklyn, we have their Sorachi Ace saison, which was actually given to us by Brooklyn Brewery. So shout out to Brooklyn Brewery. And we have La Cruda Porter from Port Brewing. And this is kind of an interesting story behind this one. And it was actually made for the National Homebrewers Conference in San Diego. So seems fairly obvious that we might want to start with the lighter saison.
No, I want to start on the east.
Yes.
You start on the
Go
east
to west?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
west.
Well, then it's unanimous. We'll go ahead and crack open this Sorachi Ace and check it out.
Such a nice, fluffy head.
That it is, and quite a pretty color as well. Just kind of a hazy yellow with a slight tinge of orange. I know I've had this beer previously, and it's
I feel like I probably had it before, but
it's quite nice. Yeah.
Smells great, spicy.
Yeah, it's a pretty hoppy saison, so you get a lot of hops in the nose, and yeah, it's kind of rare in the respect that usually yeast is kind of taken over on this specific style, and you get a little bit of yeasty character in there, but for the most part, you're a nice kind of refreshing citrusy hop nose.
Great, let's do it.
Cheers.
It's the kind of beer that makes you thirsty smelling it.
Yeah, and these are some of my favorite summer beers or saisons, just because they're so dry, a little bit tart, just thirst quenching.
Yeah.
And this is no exception, other than the pronounced, even in the flavor, got a nice hop bite to it, but you get kind of a lemony type character.
Oh, that's nice. What's the ABV on this? Is it 7.6? So, not bad.
Pretty lofty ABV. A nice amount of carbonation from the bottle conditioning.
And then it's all Sorachi Ace hop, right? Is that the idea behind it? Okay.
When they did this beer, I believe they were one of the first people to make kind of a full run beer with Sorachi Ace. It's kind of a newer hop.
All right. Is it a Japanese hop?
I believe it is a Japanese hop. Yeah, so kind of an interesting one. I haven't quite nailed down the type of character that it gives. To me, it's kind of grassy. But, obviously, you're tasting it across many different kinds of beers, and there's all sorts of different variables in there, so it's kind of tough to pinpoint that.
Well, but I feel like
first,
if you're looking for those hops, you want to do that McKellar single hop series. Like,
it's a nice education.
Yeah. Bangers and Lace here in Chicago, they've had it on, and they just keep going through more and more, and it's like, wow, I haven't even heard of that hop. I mean, there's a hop in Idaho? I don't know that.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan, to say the least.
Of this beer, or
of this beer.
The hop or the saison, or
saisons, this beer, and from what I've had for beers exclusively made with Sorachi Ace, I've liked that as well.
Yeah.
The other one that comes to mind would be the Three Floyds lager that they made with all Sorachi Ace, and I can't remember quite what that was called. It was kind of limited run, like pub only type of thing, but it was really good. Samurai Gazebo.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, Samurai Gazebo. Bah. Japanese, that's why it came to me.
Well, yeah,
Racist.
East Coast thing. But Brooklyn's like special beers are always fantastic. Like
Yeah, they do some great stuff.
they're like everyday beers. Like they're good, but their special releases are just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what you can sort of expect. You know, they've got Brooklyn Lager, which is a great lager, but it's just not the flashiest of styles. Yeah. But it's they're putting it in cans these days, and it's great to just go to the beach and knock back a sixer of Brooklyn Lager. You know, time and place.
Summertime in Brooklyn.
That's right. That's right. They're dunking their Nathan's hot dogs in the lager. And
I'm sure that's what they do.
That's what they do. It's Kobayashi's secret. Although that's why he's probably injured.
He dunks them in Brooklyn Lager.
Too many hot dogs.
Wow, that's nice.
But this one should be pretty widely available nowadays. I thought it kind of came out as a limited type of thing and then was released more widely after that.
Okay.
So something that should be fairly easy to pick up. It might be seasonal, however.
Yeah, it could be like it might have been an early summer. I
Yeah.
feel like I saw cases of it, and then I haven't been to the liquor store in a while.
I haven't seen it in a while. Wow, what kind of beer drinker are you?
I got a lot in my fridge.
He's like a bear and you're a squirrel. A
Just
stockpile
pile,
for the winter.
My stockpile for the summer.
Well, yeah, this certainly would HopCast recommended.
Oh, stamp.
Definitely a delicious beer, and this one will probably go quick. This little break will be fast, and then we can move on to a little, richer style with a porter.
So, Ken, can I just get some more saison?
Yeah, it was pretty tasty, wasn't it? Yeah. Unfortunately, no. We drank all of it. So until another time.
Maybe
yeah.
Brooklyn would send us some more.
Maybe they would. We asked, they say pretty please.
Liked it. I don't know.
But no, I'm sure this beer is going to be quite nice too.
So we're going back to Cali. Is that the...
Yeah, we're hopped on Route 66 and we're heading to the West Coast.
Yeehaw!
Do they say that in California?
Yeehaw! Totes.
On the way somewhere, yeah, totes. Yeah, so this beer is going to be rad and totally epic. But this is from Port Brewing Company. It's called La Cruda Porter. Let's open it up and we'll tell you about it.
Pretty big head on that.
Yeah, poured quite nicely. It looks great.
Right.
Got, your typical, dark brown with the slight ruby
Yeah.
around the edges. Very much into the style for robust porter. So
Right.
it's got kind of almost a tart cherry like aroma on it.
Yeah, a little torture, but a lot of hops too. I get
Yeah, I'm just
like it's
not really getting much in the way of roast.
It's hiding underneath the
Yeah.
billowy head here.
I must get to it.
Do it.
So cheers.
Yep. Oh.
It's there. That's actually pretty nice, because you've got that cherry, and it's melding with the roast like so nicely.
Right, it's like roast, cherry, and
back to
then-
roast, cherry, and
and then I think ice cream.
ice cream.
Yeah, like just vanilla ice cream with this, or
Mhm.
mixed. Like it's just
That is delicious. Something to be noted about this beer, it kind of has a little bit of rich history as well as rich flavor. In 1996, apparently, there was a brew pub in San Diego called the Cerveccerias La Cruda. This is the La Cruda Porter. So They were open for a little over a year, and they ended up winning a gold medal at the GABF for a robust porter. Well, at the time, there was a brewer's assistant there by the name of Tommy Arthur.
Oh, yes, we all know
That little guy. Well, the brew pub ended up closing. Tommy became world-renowned in the brewing community as brewmaster for Lost Abbey and Port Brewing Company. Mm-hmm. And so 15 years later, he reunited with Troy Hogel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but the brewer from this old brewery in San Diego to brew this beer, La Cruda Porter. And it was kind of like an inspiration. Like all these guys started out as home brewers. So it's an inspiration for home brewers, and this is what was served at the National Home Brewers Conference in San Diego this past year. So kind of a cool little story, and it was given to us by our friend out in LA, Hophead Jim. Shut up! Thank you very much. And man, it's not your typical robust porter, but it's quite delicious. Yeah. I didn't know those Southern Californians had it in them with the porters.
They can do the IPAs.
I know they could do that.
Porters.
So yeah, pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm. So you said it was brewed for the Homebrewers Conference. It has a lot of like sponsor logos.
Yeah, you've got White Labs, Country Malt, Hop Union. They're all like have their little logos on the side of the bottle here, and it actually says NHC, National Homebrewers Conference 2011 on the side.
Oh, nice.
And right above it says Return of the KKK or something like that. I don't know. There's a little smudge. I hope it says something else, but I'm not really sure what that says.
So, was this available in stores or was this at? Do you know anything?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know how Jim got this, but he sent it in a care package along with the little lady when she came back.
She was in the care package?
She was in the care package and she brought beer.
Oh, okay. She popped out. Hey!
So, yeah. Pleasant surprise on both ends. Lady comes, brings rare beers.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good. Wow.
Yeah, and quite a beer it is, man. I'm really digging this beer. I'm wondering if they maybe do something else with it.
Yeah, I would hope he takes it to maybe puts it out on Port's line as like something else, because it's nice.
Well, it'd be very cool if he entered it in GABF, and 15 years later they won again for Robust Porter, and that'll bring the whole story all full circle.
A tear to my eye.
Yeah. Wasn't that pretty how I painted that picture?
I picture the hugs.
Yeah, the hugs and the
crying.
Yeah.
Beer, Robust Porter is on everyone. Wow.
So
we got this story.
Yeah, and I think we've had two excellent beers of completely different styles.
Yeah.
From two polar opposites of the United States. And I can't really pick a favorite, so I'm going to pick No Coast.
No Coast. We win.
We win. We got to drink both of them.
And you got to watch it.
But yeah, some great beers from East Coast and North and West Coast. And we want to thank Hophead Jim for sending this along, Brooklyn Brewery for sending the Sorachi Ace, and most importantly, you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Cheers.